Oh, oh, I have something to show all of you. But as of right now, I'm just gonna give a howl to the tower. Wait, I'm at the tower. Wait, but I'm howling at the... Okay, what am I saying? Hola gamers, Brawlers here. I have something to show all of you as of today. If you're all weapon hoarders, this is heaven for me. I mean, look at all these
chickens.
Not chickens, legendary weapons. My vault has nothing but pure legendary weapons. No rares, no exotics whatsoever. Ironic because I have exotics with my Titan. This is the first legendary auto rifle that I have to show out of so many that I have. And I'm just going to get going on down the list. Granted, like I said before, I have all the exotics scattered around with all my guardians. So in reality, the vault has no exotics. I will be honest, I ended up doing this before, but I accidentally deleted all the footage of me going through each of the weapons. So I can go through them again. The only weapon that I did get myself as I was doing this was the Queen's Choice sidearms. The Queen's Choice sidearms is not in the vault, but it is with me. Since I got this little guy the day after I did this recording, a lot of these weapons do come in handy in certain situations that I pull off in. Some of them just for showcase, some of them actually run specifically with the factions I run with my guardians, and some are just for me to keep for old time's sake. Well, that about rounds up all the legendaries that my Titan has on himself. I'm going to be going to my Warlock next, and I'll be back in a moment. Now here with my Warlock, he's also got some legendaries up his sleeve, like this Hopscotch Pilgrim. Fun fact, I ended up getting this Hopscotch Pilgrim a few minutes just before New Year's Day hit. Kind of a lucky hit, and a good way to finish off 2016. Like I said, with some of the showcase weapons, this one right here is a good example. Since I run New Monarchy with my Warlock, the Appellant 3 does come in handy, especially with all the faction gear. Just a huge fan of wearing chroma gear and faction gears. Maybe some strike specific loot, mainly from the speaker, but in general, that's what I really go with. This Grasp of Malak, I hear people that they just want to grind and grind for old time's sake, and I think that this Grasp of Malak is a pretty good roll. Granted, I haven't even touched it yet. There are some weapons in the vault that I haven't even touched at all, and I would like to go back into them. But as of the moment, I just jump up and down with all the legendaries. I don't stick with one particular weapon. This weapon, I believe it has specific rolls and a specific element. All of those stats and the elemental burn cannot change. So I still keep it for the old time's sake, and I still remember being a little confused as I got this rocket launcher, which looks like the baby version of the Dragon's Breath. So with all that said, I'm going to end up fast forwarding all of this footage once I finish explaining some of the legendaries that I have with my hunter. There might be some areas that I will end up putting an old saying or two for certain weapons, but other than that, we're just going to get to the hunter and we're gonna see what she has in store for us. Now finally here with my female hunter. She runs dead orbit. Well, let's see what she's got right now. This Revelator still brings back some memories. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this Revelator was from the old times of Destiny. Might have been, might have not. I just realized that the Havoc Pigeon is from Hake. I remember the Irian RR4. I've used it a few times every now and then. I actually got these Solar, Void, and Arc versions of these guns. Unfortunately, I ended up scrapping the Void and the Arc versions, just keeping the Solar with me. Another good example for faction weapons, the Bitter Edge. What I've heard from some people, they say this weapon isn't that great, just like the 2020 AMR7. But as long as I aim for the head, which I'm kind of adequate at, I will get the job done. No problem. And this little guy is equipped with Firefly. Aoifi Rua D. This sniper rifle right here can reload like if you're on crack cocaine. I mean, this sniper rifle gets the reload job done in a jiffy. Now that I think of it, this Diluvian 10x4X, I had a Void version, but I scrapped it because I was running out of vault space. I wish I had more vault space in this game. Unfortunately, we are in the year that Destiny 2 is going to be coming around the corner faster than we know it. So, I'm going to end up using as much of these weapons as I can, mainly within the regular Crucible. The ones that I like to use the most is Iron Banner. That's where I put all my good weapons in there. Man, this Exodus Plan RS1 brings back some old school memories. Along with a few other certain weapons. The Red Hat 9, I remember trying to grind my rear end off for just upgrading these little guns one by one. Mainly you were supposed to get the Ascendant Shards. That should have been, yes, there were Ascendant Shards for particular weapons, mainly for the Vault of Glass raid weapons. They were a bitch to grind. And finally, for the last word, the crash, so I can fast forward this video. This was practically one of my favorite shotguns of all time, if not my first legendary shotgun. And this thing was a blast to use in the past, mainly since I run Future Warcore with my Titan. So, I'm going to speed this entire thing up, and I'll see you all in the end. Wanted to pause briefly right here. This unfriendly giant was my first legendary of all time. I still remember using this unfriendly giant as I was in a heroic strike, just grinding for 9 strange coins. That was the only time you were able to get that currency. If I'm correct, I still have that video up on my channel. Yes, I do. Just a few things I wanted to say of that rocket launcher. Coil Hiss 1919. Old school pulse rifle. Practically my favorite pulse rifle of all time. Just the way it looks just brings back good memories. That's why I kind of had a craving to get the Hopscotch Pilgrim. Probably the big group of weapons that I cherish practically the most within this vault would be the old school Iron Banner weapons. I can still upgrade each of these little guys to the maximum light level, but I still have certain other Iron Banner weapons that I like to get a hold of and like utilizing, like the Clever Dragon, the Unbent Tree, the Distant Star. And there are certain weapons that I have personally deleted, but I would like to get my hands on them again. A few of them don't really fit to my taste, say the Titanium Orchid. I believe that's what the rocket launcher was called. Correct me if I'm wrong with that weapon. But there's just something about the old school Iron Banner weapons that I like holding on to. The Beeline Trauma. Another weapon I would like to mention. Old school Scout Rifle right here. This was practically my favorite Scout Rifle of all time. I didn't have a favorite auto rifle. And I already mentioned the Coil Hiss 1919 being my favorite pulse rifle. well, that about sums up all the legendary weapons I have in my vault. Some old school ones and some brand new ones that I still would like to get a hold of to utilizing. Overall, all of them are very, very fun to use. Each one of them has their own unique perks that just makes them so unique, which is why I love using legendaries far more better than exotics. But I'll mention that reasoning in another video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you made it this far, thanks for watching. And I gotta get on out of here because I got grinding to do. And until next time, game on, gamers.